Have you ever had that feeling, like you're carrying the weight of your past around with you, almost like you're stuck, replaying old memories, and just can't seem to move forward? Well, today we're going to talk about that feeling and maybe find a way to lighten that load together. So let me ask you, and be honest with yourself. Are you really here right now in this moment? Or is your mind somewhere else? Maybe drifting back to yesterday, going over old conversations, or reliving things that have already passed? I want to share a little story with you. It's a simple fable, really, but it completely changed the way I see my own past. It holds a really powerful message, and I'm hoping it'll connect with you too. Okay, so picture this, a beautiful, vibrant forest just drenched in golden sunlight. And living there was this incredible bird. Its feathers shimmered with what seemed like 1,000 tiny rainbows. But this bird had a habit, a secret ritual, one that would, in the end, seal its fate. You see, whenever something important happened in its life, the bird would follow these exact steps. It would find a perfectly smooth stone from the riverbed. Then, with its beak, it would carefully etch a little symbol of that memory onto the stone's surface. And finally, it would place that stone into a small pouch it wore around its neck. So, a stone for the absolute joy of its first flight, another for the taste of a perfectly ripe berry, another for the simple warmth of the sun on its wings. Every single one of these amazing moments was captured in a stone and tucked safely away in its pouch. It was like a growing, tangible record of a happy life. But here's the thing. The bird didn't just collect the good memories, the terror of a sudden storm, the sharp sting of a harsh word, the deep ache of a missed chance. These painful moments were also carved into stone and added to the very same pouch. They carried the same cold weight, a constant reminder of every past sorrow. Now, at first, that pouch was a real comfort. It was a physical link to a life that was being fully lived. But as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, that collection started to feel less like a treasure and a whole lot more like a burden. With every single sunrise, the pouch got heavier. Each new memory, good or bad, added to the crushing weight of the bird's past. It was as if it was literally carrying its entire life story on its tiny shoulders, and that burden was getting harder and harder to bear. Its flight, which used to be so graceful and free, became a desperate struggle. It would just watch, full of envy, as the other birds soared effortlessly on the wind, totally unburdened. But our beautiful bird, it was trapped in a constant battle against the gravity of its own memories. And then, one day, it happened. The weight just became too much. The bird's wings, once so strong, so powerful, they just couldn't lift it off the ground anymore. It was grounded. A creature of the sky, now a prisoner of the earth, all because of the very memories it had tried so desperately to hold on to. Of course, this story isn't just about a bird. I think you know that. It's about you. It's about me. We're all collectors of memories, aren't we? Every single one of us carries a pouch filled with the stones of our past. These stones, they're our triumphs and our failures, our joys and our sorrows, and every single day we have to make a choice about how many of these stones we're going to keep carrying with us on our journey. And here's what's so important to understand. Our past is an incredible teacher. There's no doubt about it. It can give us wisdom, it can give us guidance, but it was never meant to be a prison. Think of it like a compass, not an anchor. It's supposed to guide us, not weigh us down. So what's the lesson here? How do we learn from that poor bird's tragic story? How do we choose a different path for ourselves and start to lighten our own load? Well, it really just comes down to a choice. We can choose to be like the bird, right? Constantly replaying every mistake, clinging to every old glory. Or we can choose to be free. We can learn from our past and then let it go. So we have the space to create new moments, right here in the present. So if there's anything to take away from this, let it be these simple truths. First, the past is a guide. It is not a destination. Second, real strength isn't about how much you can carry, but about having the wisdom to know what to set down. And finally, this moment, right now, it's a gift. Let's not waste it by living in the past. Look, letting go is not easy. It's not a one-time thing. It's a daily practice, a conscious choice to open your hands and release the stones that just don't serve you anymore. But with every single stone you let go of, you're going to feel a little lighter, a little more free, until one day you'll be able to fly. Till then, stay patient, stay grateful, and keep moving forward in life.